This is the Baseball Observer, Sunday, April 8th, 1973. Game 3, Indy hosting New York. Joe Horland versus Ken Holtzman. Williams helps Indy bombard New York. Final score 14-4. Indy wins at home. For New York, Joe Ferguson and Ken Boswell hit their first home runs. For Indy, Tito Fuentes is his first. Billy Williams hits his second. Billy Williams is the player of the game. Atlanta hosts Philadelphia. Atlanta's 4-2, 1-1 at home. Bert Hooton for Philadelphia versus Larry Durker for Atlanta. The result: Freedom win 9-4 on the road versus Atlanta. Bert Hooton is the player of the game for Philadelphia. He gets the win, his first. Baltimore hosts Chicago. Reggie Cleveland starts for Chicago. Pat Dobson for Baltimore. Here's the result. Scott drills 2 homers and 10-8 Chicago win. The Blue Sox win on the road. Chicago has home runs, 2 of them from Gary Scott. He's the player of the game. Baltimore's Mike Stanley and Earl Williams hit home runs. George Scott, the player of the game. Reliever Santiago Guzman is the winner of the game. Miami hosting Charlotte in Game 3 of their series. Charlotte is 4-2, Miami 2-2. Here's the result. We have Tom Seaver for Charlotte going against Don Wilson for Miami. Here's the result. Davis 3 for 4 to ignite Flamingo's offense. The final score, Miami wins 13-4. 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th to blow it wide open. The player of the game, center fielder Willie Davis for Miami. The winner of the game is starter Don Wilson for Miami. He gets his first win. Final East game from Nashville. The 0-4 Sound. They're 0-4 at home. Face Boston, who's 4-2 on the road. They're 4-2. Bill Singer for Boston, Frank Tanana for Nashville. Here's the result. Corsairs raise rally flag, beat Nashville 3-1. Boston scores 2 in the top of the 9th to go ahead and win it. Player of the game, Boston starter Bill Singer. He gets his second victory of the season. He's got a 1.06 ERA. That's your Eastern League games for Sunday, April 8th. Here are your top 3 performances. George Scott of Chicago went 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored in a 10-8 win versus Baltimore. Willie Davis for Miami went 3 for 4, a double, homer, 3 runs batted in, 4 runs scored, and a base on balls, and a 13-4 win versus Charlotte. And Billy Williams, the number 3 performance of the day so far. This is just the Eastern League. He went 2 for 4 with a home run, 4 runs batted in, 3 runs scored, and a walk, and a 14-4 drubbing of the New York Titans. Now the Western League. Salt Lake City, 2-2 at home, 3-3 on the season. Face the San Francisco Seals, 3-1, 1-1 on the road. Milt Pappas for San Francisco, his first start against Jack Billingham. He's 1-0. Here's the result of this contest. Jack Billingham blanked San Francisco 3-0. The Yetis win at home. Billingham is the player of the game, starter for Salt Lake City. He gets his second victory. His earned run average is 0.53. The Dallas Wranglers are 4-2. Seattle, the defending champions, are 3-1. They're both 1-1, home and road respectively. For Seattle, Steve Busby gets the nod. For Dallas, Gary Ryerson, both 1-0, both with 1 ERA. Here's the result of this contest. Cascades win at Dallas 2-1. Steve Busby is the player of the game, the starting pitcher. He also gets the victory, his second. His ERA is 1.10. Houston hosts Portland. Both teams are 3-3 and 2-2, home and away respectively. Portland sends John Curtis to the mound to face Houston's Don Gullett. Here's the result of the game. Gullett in fine form, and 4-1 Houston win. The Oilers win at home 4-1. Gullett, the player of the game, he gets his second win. He has a 1.56 ERA. Los Angeles 2-2 on the young season, 2-2 at home. Las Vegas 1-5, 1-3 on the road. For Las Vegas, Mike Caldwell will take the hill. For Los Angeles, it'll be Ron Schuler. Here's the result. Stars lose 11-8 in 10 innings. 3 runs scored in the top of the 10th. Home runs by Las Vegas' Bill Freehan, his third. Bobby Mercer, his second. Los Angeles is Jim Ray Hart hit his second home run. Amos Otis, his third. Armin Killebrew, his second. Player of the game, Bobby Mercer, center fielder for Las Vegas. 11-8 the final. Final game of opening week from Phoenix. The 2-2 Rattlers face the 2-4 Gold. Bob Gibson on the hill for Denver. He's 0-1. Versus Wayne Twitchell for Phoenix. Here's the result of this game. Gold falls short. 4-3 at Phoenix. The Rattlers get a home win. Gibson gets the loss. He's now 0-2. Player of the game, Phoenix starter Wayne Twitchell. Gets his first victory of the year. He's a 2.4 ERA. That's the results for Sunday, April 8th. Did any Western teams break through? Salt Lake City's Jack Billingham is the number 3 performance of the day. 9 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, no earned runs. He walked 1 and struck out 4. And he got the victory. 3-0 win versus San Francisco. Let's finish today. So it's Monday, April 9th, 1973. This is the beginning of week 2 of the 1973 season. And here are our first weekly power rankings. The defending champions are rated number 1, followed by Indy. The defending Eastern League pennant winners, Boston, Phoenix, and Miami. Too early to call, though. Now we're going to complete the month of April. We see the leaders On the left for the Eastern League, on the right for the Western League. We'll see the standings change in real time as we go day by day till the end of April. We'll take a stop at April 30th and see where we stand, maybe look in on a game or two. Here are the results for Monday, April 9th, 1973. Here's where we stand. In the Northeast, Boston leads Indy by a game. They're 6-2. In the Southeast, Miami leads Atlanta by a game. They're 4-2. Seattle 5-1. In the Northwest, they lead San Francisco and Salt Lake City each by a game. In the Southwest, Dallas leads Houston and Phoenix each by a game. Here are the results for Tuesday, April 10th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston has won 5 in a row. Seattle has won 4 in a row and are now 6-1. And they lead the Northwest region. Here are the results for Wednesday, April 11th, 1973. Here's where we stand. 6 straight for the Corsairs. This time in Chicago, a 2-1 victory at home. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to walk it off. Morton versus Marshall. Carl Morton is the player of the game. He gets the second win. Here are the results for Thursday, April 12th, 1973. Here's where we stand. 7th win in a row for Boston. They defeat Atlanta 3-0 at home. They lead Philadelphia and Indy by 3 games each. Miami leads the Southeast, Seattle the Northwest, and Dallas the Southwest. Here are the results of Friday, April 13th. Friday the 13th, 1973. Here's where we stand. 8th win in a row for Boston as they defeat Atlanta again, this time 8-2. Bill Singer gets the win, his 3rd. Look at these ERAs. Blyleven with a 0.76, Singer with a 1.12, Morton with a 1.59, McNally with a 2.25. The outlier is Steve Rogers with a ballooning 3.95. In the Western League, races are a little tighter. Seattle 7-3, Salt Lake City 7-5, a game back. Dallas 7-5, with Houston 6-5, half game out. Here are the results of Saturday, April 14th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston's win streak is snapped. I think Atlanta got him. Yep, 4-0. Blue Moon Odom gets the victory. He's the player of the game for Atlanta. Atlanta's now 6-7. Boston 10-3. They won 8 straight. They've won 8 of 10. And they lead the Northeast by 3 games over Philly and Indy. The Flamingos in the Southeast have lost 2 straight. They're 6-5. They're muddling it up there. A game separates 4 teams. In the Northwest, we got a 2-way tie. Seattle and Salt Lake. And Dallas and Houston are close. Phoenix hanging out. Here's the results of Sunday now. We're going to go to Monday here. Sunday, April 15th, tax time, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston gets back on track, winning their 11th game. They're the first team in double digits in wins. They're 11-3. 4-game set with Atlanta, and they win 3 out of 4. They beat them 10-1 after being shut out the day before. Dick Dietz is the player of the game. This guy, Dick Dietz, was selected early in the 1972 inaugural draft by Atlanta. He was selected very early. So when I looked at his stats, he had good stats, but he only played like 40 games. So I didn't know how they were going to handle that. He played, he was in and out, he didn't do a whole lot for the team. Now I see he's on Boston. And he's doing well. He didn't last that long, but of course, we don't mirror what they did in the MLB. We only reflect it. So he's the hero today. He left his mark on the team's 10-1 win. He's tied for 5th in the East in triples with 1. Went 2 for 4, 2 home runs while adding 5 RBI. Wow. And scoring twice for Boston in the contest. It's a beautiful thing. Number 5 hitter, Dick Dietz. Good old number 18. All right, so it's Monday. Our top 3, Boston, Dallas, and San Francisco. It's early. All right, let's go through another week. A little bit quicker this time. Here are the results of Monday, April 16th. Charlotte wins their 3rd straight. Baltimore has won 5 in a row. They're both 8-6 atop the Southeast region. Here are the results of Tuesday, April 17th, 1973. Baltimore wins 6 in a row. They defeat Boston 4-3 on the road in 11 innings. Richie Zisk, the player of the game. Boston, they've lost 2 straight, but they still have 11 wins. And Philadelphia's creeping up. They've won 3 straight. They beat Indy on the road 5-4. Carlton Fisk, player of the game. All right, here are the results of Wednesday, April 18th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston has lost their 3rd straight. Baltimore beat them 10-4. Boston lost at home. Baltimore has won 7 in a row. They take all. That's what I just said. Baltimore beat Boston. They've won 7 straight. So in that battle, Miami has won 3 straight. They're a half game back. In the West, Dallas has won 4 straight. They have 11 wins. Houston has 10 wins, and they trail by a game. San Francisco and Seattle, there are 9 wins, muddled up. We'll see what happens in that one. Salt Lake City's also got 9 wins. Here are the results of Thursday, April 19th, 1973. And here's where we stand. Miami pulls into a first-place tie with Baltimore. Miami led much of the season in 72 and then just faded down the stretch. Dallas has won their 5th in a row. They beat Portland 13-3 at home. Reggie Jackson, the player of the game. Jackson's hitting .305. His OPS is 100, not bad. 1,000, some might say. All right. So 12 wins for Dallas. They have the most wins in baseball. They've won 5 straight, 8 of their last 10. Making a name for themselves. All right. Here are the results of Friday, April 20th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston gets their 12th win. They lead Philadelphia by 2 games. Baltimore wins. Charlotte wins. They're separated by half a game. In the West, San Francisco wins. They're 2nd in a row. Dallas has won 6 straight. They've got 13 wins. As they top, Dallas tops Phoenix 4-1. Here are the results of Saturday, April 21st, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston wins their 2nd straight. Chicago has won 3 straight. Now they have 10 wins. They trail by 2.5 games. They're in 2nd place. Baltimore, Charlotte, both winning, both neck and neck. In the West, San Francisco loses, Seattle wins. They're still muddled up. The Dallas win streak is over as Phoenix puts a 4-1 win on the road on the Wranglers. They still won 8 of their last 10. See what they look like here. 1st in runs, 5th in average, 1st in home runs. Defensively, 1st in ERA, tied for 17th in strikeouts. Defensive efficiency, they're 1st. They're really playing good ball. Here's the results of Sunday, April 22nd, 1973. Let me take a look at this page. Any games in the East? Let's look at the West first. Portland, Seattle. Portland wins at home 6-1. Clay Kirby, the starter, is the player of the game. Salt Lake City, Denver. Yet he suffered a 6-3 home defeat. Denver now 8-12. Starter Bill Bonham is the player of the game. San Francisco hosting Houston. They both have 11 wins. San Francisco wins at home 5-4. Steve Renko, the starter, is the player of the game. Dallas at home against Phoenix. Fighter Blue on the mound for Dallas. John Acquisto, I forget how to pronounce his name, is the starter for Phoenix. Here's the result. Wranglers absorb a 7-4 loss Phoenix gets it done on the road. They draw to 500 on the season, handing Dallas their 7th loss. Vegas and Stars. Splittorff versus Reed. Los Angeles beats Las Vegas in extra innings. It took 10, but a 4-run top of the 10th, and the Stars win 6-2. Splittorff, for the Stars, the starter, is the player of the game. So that's our East. Let's see our performances for the West. Kirby, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, an earned run, walked 2, struck out 5, got the victory. 6-1 win over Seattle for Portland. Steve Wrinkle for the Seals, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, no earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 5-4 win over Houston. And another pitcher, Ron Reed for the Vipers. He didn't get a win. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, an earned run, he walked 1, struck out 4. Oh, he lost. 6-2 loss versus Los Angeles gets the 3rd best performance for the West. In the East, Chicago, Philadelphia. Chicago is 6-1 at home, 10-8 overall. They send out Dave Roberts to face Jim Rooker of Philadelphia. Here's the result. Philly topples Chicago 4-3. Richie Hebner for Philly hits his 5th. Rooker is the player of the game, the starter for Philly. Doesn't figure in the decision. Indy hosts Boston. Boston is 7-2 on the road, 13-6 overall. Bert Blyleven, 3-0 with a 1.47 ERA, having a fine season so far. Faces the, okay, I don't know if he's not the ace. Rick Wise for Indy. The result, Boston sent home with a 5-2 loss. Indy handles their business. Wise is the player of the game. Okay, New York hosts Baltimore. New York is 5-12 on the season, 4-4 at home. Baltimore is 12-7, 5-3 on the road. They send Peters to the mound to faces New York's Joe Horlin. Here's the result. Titans lose at home 5-2. Road win for the Admirals. Baltimore's pitcher, Gary Peters, is his first home run of the year. The Flames, 7-12. They're 2-6 at home. They face Nashville. Art Johnson for Nashville, Fergie Jenkins for Atlanta. Here's the result. Sound used late game magic to beat the Flames 5-2. They score 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning to win the game. Player of the game is starter Bart Johnson for Nashville. And Charlotte hosts Miami. Miami is 0-5 on the road. They're 9-8 overall. Charlotte's 6-1 at home. Miami sends Nelson Briles to the mound to face Charlotte's John Matlack, who's 2-1. Here's the result. Flamingos victorious at Charlotte. They get it done on the road. Willie Davis hit his 3rd home runs for Miami. And Charlotte's Bobby Grich and Duke Sims hit homers for Charlotte. Nelson Briles, the starter, is the player of the game for Miami. Did any East players break through? No. Indy. Rick Wise, 7 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, no earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, a walk. At the wins, rather. 5-2 win over Boston. All right. This one's in the book. So let's see where we stand. Boston, Baltimore, San Francisco, and Dallas are our leaders. Let's wrap up our month. Here are the results of Monday, April 23rd, 1973. Boston has 14 wins, so does Baltimore. San Francisco has 12 wins as they lose. Dallas has lost 3 in a row. Here are the results of Tuesday, April 24th, 1973. Boston wins their second straight. There are 15 wins. Baltimore have won 5 in a row. They have 15 wins. Baltimore defeated Philly 8-0. Okay, in the West, both San Francisco and Dallas win. Here are the results of Wednesday, April 25th, 1973. Corsairs win their 3rd straight. They beat New York 3-0 on the road. They have 16 wins. Baltimore keeps pace. They won their 6th straight. They beat Philly 8-0. Did I miss a day? 6 straight wins. In the West, Dallas lost again. Houston is only a game back. And San Francisco won their 2nd straight. Here are the results of Thursday, April 26, 1973. Corsairs hold serve. Let's see. Did anything happen on this date? Looks like nothing much happened. We look at the scores. Oh, there were only 4 games. Okay. That's why. So let's see what happened. Charlotte beat Philly 3-2. Coleman, player of the game for Charlotte. Miami lost to Nashville 3-2. Vegas beat Seattle 7-1. And Wranglers turn away Stars 5-3 on the road. All right. So that's where we stand. Here's where we stand Friday, April 27th. On the verge of our weekend series. And here are the results of Friday, April 27th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston loses. Chicago beat them 4-3. Chicago now 2.5 games behind Boston. Baltimore wins their 7th in a row. They have 17 wins. They take down Atlanta on the road. Their 17th win is the best in baseball. In the West, San Francisco loses. Houston wins their 3rd straight to draw into a first-place tie with Dallas. They both have 14 wins. 14 wins is the standard in the Western League. Here are the results of Saturday, April 28th, 1973. Boston loses their 2nd straight. Chicago beats them again 3-2. They draw to within 1.5 games of the Corsairs. Baltimore has won 8 straight. They have 18 wins, taking care of Atlanta on the road. In the West, San Francisco loses their 2nd in a row, but Seattle loses also. Dallas wins. They have 15 wins now and lead Houston by a game. So let's go to the new week. Here are the results of Sunday, April 29th, 1973. Here's where we stand. Boston loses 3 straight. Baltimore, their win streak is snapped as they lose to Atlanta 5-0. Blue Moon Odom, the stopper, gets the victory, his third. 18 wins for Baltimore. They're the last team with a single-digit loss column. They lead Charlotte by 3 games. This is the end of the month of April. Let's see the matchups here. See if any of these stand out. Marichal versus Grimsley, both with 3 wins. Decent ERAs. Dallas and San Francisco, both contending ball clubs, south and north of the Western League. Boston, Miami. McNally versus Perry. Interesting. Admiral Sound, Hands versus Banana. Well, let's see what happens. We're at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The San Francisco Seals host the Dallas Wranglers. Juan Marichal starting for Dallas. He's 35 years old. In 4 games, he has a record of 3-1, 2.17 ERA, a 1.1 WHIP, a strikeouts per 9 of 2.8, a walks per 9 of 1.9. Ross Grimsley will start for San Francisco. 5 games, he has a record of 3-0, 3.72 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 4.2 strikeouts per 9, 1.9 walks per 9. He's 23 years old. 13,000 fans in the stand. 60 degrees, partly cloudy. Wind blowing out the left at 10 miles per hour. Let's play ball. Welcome to Candlestick Park, folks. Today, San Francisco will host Dallas. First place Wranglers are 16-10. San Francisco at 14-10 is first in the Western League Northern Division. These teams meet for the first time this season. Cool, dreary day. Wind blowing out the left should help the hitters. Ladies and gentlemen, first pitch is coming up. Davey Johnson doubles off the right field corner wall for a double. I just said double, so I'll say it again. He doubled. Hit 319. Willie Stargell, the batter. That one might leave the yard, and it will. Stargell comes up and just strokes one out of the park. Dallas takes a quick 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Top of the third inning, Dallas leads San Francisco 2-0. Dallas at bat. Top of the fifth inning is still 2-0 Dallas. Mm. Top of the seventh inning, Dallas has tacked on a run. It's 3-0. Willie Mays hits a 2-run home run in the bottom of the seventh. Makes the score 3-2. Down to their final out is San Francisco. Ground ball to short, and that's the ball game. Dallas comes on the road and wins 3-2 over San Francisco. That's how we'll close out the month of April. Steelers lose 3-2 to Dallas. Winning pitcher, Juan Marichal. 7 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs. Didn't walk anyone, struck out 5, 1 home run, 95 pitches thrown, 2.25 ERA. Fingers his 6th save, 1.53 ERA. Grimsley gets the loss for San Francisco. He's now 3-1. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. 1 home run allowed, 119 pitches thrown, 3.74 ERA. Winning a player of the game is Juan Marichal, the starting pitcher, who also got the win. Dallas defeats San Francisco 3-2 on April 30th. Okay. Boston, Miami. Gaylord Perry 2-0, Dave McNally 3-1. Let's see what you get. Boston 6-4 at home, 16-10 on the season. Corsairs nip Flamingos. They win at home, 3-2. Gaylord Perry, player of the game, starter for Miami, and they get the loss. New York Titans are 5-19, off to a very slow start. 4-8 at home, and they're hosting the 9-17 Flames. They're 6-8 on the road. 3-2 Titans. Dan Bonson, player of the game, the Atlanta starter in a losing effort. Philly, Chicago. Ken Brett for Philly, Doc Medich for Chicago. The Blue Sox are 15-10, 4-7 on the road. Freedom are 12-13, 5-4 at home. Here's the result. Freedom sneaked by Blue Sox 6-5 in 16 innings. One of those wars of attrition. Player of the game is the starter, Doc Medich. He didn't figure into the result. Reliever Dave Hamilton got the win. He's second. William McCovey for Philly hits his 6th home run. Darrell Evans is second. Charlotte hosting Indy. Charlotte's 8-4 at home, 15-11. Rematch of the ELCS, the Eastern League Championship Sim. Indy's 13-13, 2-7 on the road. Let's see what happens. Indy wins on the road. Makes Charlotte 4-2 losers. 4-2. 13 hits for Indy. Baker hit his 3rd. Williams hit his 6th. For Charlotte, Duke Sims hit his 4th. Nashville 1-6 at home. Baltimore 8-4 on the road. Bill Hands for Baltimore 3-1, 1.45 ERA. Frank Tanana for Nashville 2-1, 3.32 ERA. Here's the result. Nashville defeated 8-5. They took 10. Took 10 innings to beat them. They scored 3 in the top of the 10th. Baltimore's home runs from Mickey Stanley hit 2. That's his 3rd and 4th. Taylor hit a 1. Nashville hit John Braver. All right. Let's go to the Western League now. We completed the Eastern League. Denver hosts LA. Catfish Hunter for Denver, 2-2. Versus Wilbur Wood for LA. Here's the result. 12-4. Stars win. 8 runs in the top of the 19th inning. And LA wins it. Ken Singleton, the player of the game. San Francisco. All right, Dallas already beat San Francisco. Seattle hosts Portland. Seattle's 13-12, 5-4 at home. Portland is 10-15, 3-8 on the road. The result. Dreesen stars for Cascades in the 8-4 win. Seattle wins at home. Dreesen is the player of the game, third baseman. Las Vegas and Salt Lake City are both 13-13. Reynolds versus Norman. Here are the results. Reynolds deals Las Vegas a 6-0 setback. Nice outing for Ken Reynolds, starter for Salt Lake City. That's his 4th win. He has no losses, a 1.35 ERA. Watch out. Oilers at Phoenix. Stottlemyre for the Oilers. Twitchell for Phoenix. The result, Rattlers win. Earned late win. 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth to walk it off. They were down 1-0. Wayne Twitchell, the starter for Phoenix, player of the game. All right. Here's our performances. Mickey Stanley, 4 for 5, 2 home runs. A5 win over Nashville. Dan Dreesen, 4 for 4, 2 RBI. 3 runs scored, 8-4 win over Portland. Ken Reynolds, Salt Lake City, 6-0 win over Vegas. 8 innings. He struck out 5, and he got the win. This is the Baseball Observer.